Hello, Royal Affairs family. This is Roy.
And I'm Yolanda.
And we're your guides in Royal Affairs, where we show you
Affairs
done
done
right.
right. We're laughing because our youngest was right there while we were setting up. So we told him to go on his merry way. But he wanted to get a inside look to see how we set things up here. But
He's our producer in chief.
Producer in chief must be. But thank you so much for joining us today. We have been delving into some topics regarding infidelity. And for those of you who are new here, this channel is all about how we help couples find love and trust again through travel, and our story is infidelity. If that is not your story, but there's been some type of breach of trust and you are working through the process of trying to rebuild, renew, and rekindle, then stick around. This channel is for you. And if you're returning, thanks again for subscribing. Thanks for all the love that you guys have been showing us. We really appreciate it. We've been asked a lot of questions, and we use this time to just answer those questions. We've been talking about, okay, why did I put myself in the spotlight? Okay, we've been talking about can you really find some of the things we've been talking about. Can you really find growth after infidelity? Is there something is there growth opportunities there? And today we're going to be talking about how do you support one another after infidelity.
Yeah, and Yolanda and I, we're not relationship gurus. We're not therapists. We're just auntie, uncle, cousin, big bro, just sharing our story. So what we like to do is just kind of go over maybe some practical tips, some coaching from our own, personal experience, and share that with you. So one of the first ones is just practicing open and honest communication. So when we talk about support, we're talking about how do you find a way to communicate what's important to you in a way that helps you as a person and helps the couple at large, or you and your spouse at large. So when you're actively listening, actively sharing what your thoughts and feelings are, that helps to show support for the other person, because communication is a two-way street. So if you are allowing the other person to share their thoughts and feelings, and you're actively listening, and then you guys reciprocate that, I think that's part of supporting each other, because one of the first things we have to do is be able to understand each other and what that support looks like, and you communicate what that support looks like when you're actively listening to each other.
Right. And what type of support, and it's important to communicate openly and honestly, because what is needed for one spouse at that time, or one partner at that time, may be different than what the other person needs. So if you're not communicating, hey, this is what I need during this time, as the betrayed partner, and then if Roy is not communicating, hey, this is what I need, then it's going to be hard to move forward to healing and to rebuilding and renewing and rekindling. So it has to be done, and it's not going to be something that can just be like a one stop, one time, and then it's done, right? So you have to have open and honest communication. It has to be something that's practiced regularly, on a regular basis. And it may be difficult, not maybe, it will be difficult, and it will be challenging, because you're in a vulnerable place, you're hurt, your world is, shattered as you know it. Nevertheless, you have to start the ball rolling with that open and honest communication, and being transparent. One of the things I love about our pastor is that he is just so,
You sound like him when you said that.
he is so transparent, and that's what we wanted to do and bring to this channel, being transparent. And that's what's needed when you are having those open and honest conversation. You have to be able to be vulnerable enough to be transparent, to say, hey, this is what's going on, this is what I need, this is what's going on. this happened, but whatever. And those conversations have to take place in order for the ball to start moving into the right direction of healing.
Yep, and creating that safe space kind of leads you into the next one, showing passion and compassion and patience. Let me get that right. Showing compassion and patience. I want to get those, like, I'm trying to put the compassion with patience and compassion. It's not.
I mean, maybe.
Right. So maybe someone will have a unique way to kind of put those together. But the compassion and patience towards each other, because at the end of the day, if you're trying to live this thing out together, it will take some effort in wanting to be there for your spouse, wanting to be there and understand that, hey, we're in this thing together. So things won't happen overnight. There may be some difficult times, difficult conversations, but that intentional mindset, okay, this is a space where this is a process. So trusting the process and being patient in that process, and showing a little bit of grace to the other person, a little bit of compassion, because Roy won't always get it right.
You don't say.
Oh boy. Oh wow, just jump right on.
Yeah, and so when you I maybe someone is asking, okay, so as someone who has been betrayed, or someone who has done the betraying, what does that look like? Like, I hear you saying show patience, and I hear you saying show compassion, but what exactly does that look like? And I remember when it was a month or so, or maybe 2 or 3 months after being informed of the affair, like, something would happen, or you would say something, and I'd have a flippant response, right? And that happened, I don't know, maybe how long did that happen? A couple of months? It happened.
Right.
And I found myself saying, okay, babe, I need you to be patient with me, because this is still new. This is still raw. When you say something, it may just come out. I may not think about what I'm saying. It just may come out at that moment. And it may not sit well with you. Nevertheless, this is a part of me processing. It is a part of me releasing the hurt and the anger and the pain. So then your part was to show compassion and to be patient with me while I meandered and navigated through that. And then so when on the flip side of that is when maybe you didn't do things like right when I wanted to, or if we were having a conversation and I would say, okay, well, how are you feeling this day? Or, were you triggered at all or anything like that? And me granting space and the opportunity for you to share with me gives me the opportunity to be patient and to show compassion on the struggles that you were also going through at that time. So it is definitely a matter of being able to do that with one another, being patient and being compassionate with one another, because you're navigating, again, these new territories, uncharted waters, and there's no one set way to do everything. And again, what is needed right here may be different from what's needed, in a couple of months. And I would venture to say that I don't have that flipping mouth as often. Now, there may be some things that I'll still think. However, I'm going to ask you right here on these social media streets, like, if we see a TV show or anything like that where there's an affair, infidelity, or something like that, have I changed? Like, am I going to flippantly say something to you now?
No. I think we've grown and we've trusted the process, and then from my standpoint too of being patient in times past, the trust deposit has changed, right? So the idea of me, I use the example of, kind of checking in and saying, hey, this is kind of, where I am. I'm about to leave work or whatever. That used to have a trust deposit of, let's just say $100, but now that's $2 because of where we've been. But I had to be patient in the process, understanding that those trust deposits weren't necessarily the same, but we worked through that. And so we've had some patience in that part of the process, and then Yolanda's growth in that particular area too, of not just flipping off when there's something seen or heard or whatever. So
yeah, that's and I say that because I wanted to make sure that I said that and gave that example, because I don't want someone to who is just like learning and who may have just been informed that there's been infidelity or anything like that, to think that things just happen overnight. Like,
right. They do not.
They don't happen overnight. And I know me. I know that if I hold things in, that's not good. So I just spat it all out. However, if we are walking this thing out, and if we are growing, and if we're serious about being intentional, then X amount of years after the fact, I shouldn't still have that flippant mouth and just saying everything that came to my mind. And that's maturity, and that's growth. And it's not easy. It's it's challenging. It's hard. Yet again, it can definitely be done. What's up, Royal Affairs family? Now, as many of you know, Roy and I use this platform to help couples find love and trust again through travel. What you may not know, however, is that in addition to this, I have my own platform where I empower women to heal, grow, and thrive after experiencing infidelity. Because I know firsthand the pain, the hurt, the confusion, and all the other feelings and emotions that arise after experiencing this type of betrayal. I share my story to let women know they're not alone. Nevertheless, I know that's exactly how some feel, because unfortunately, that's how I felt. And that's exactly why I created the My Perfect Clarity Challenge. I've put together a free 2-week challenge designed to help you regain confidence, gain clarity, and take the first steps towards healing. Now, if you're struggling with the pain of betrayal and you want to start healing, this challenge is for you. If you're ready to rebuild your confidence and self-worth, this challenge is for you. If you want simple, actionable items to move forward, this challenge is for you. And if you're seeking support from a community of women who understand, this challenge is for you. Now, the challenge begins on March 24th, and I would love to see you there. Sign up using the link in the description and take your first steps towards healing. Hope to see you there. Be done.
Yep.
Right. And then the third thing, because we're going to have a part 2, because we want you guys to come back. Now's a good time, though, to say, if you have not already, be sure you subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
You
need your kids.
I need them here. Be sure you like and subscribe to the channel so that you can continue to receive this content that we believe it's helpful and useful to you. So the last point that we'll share today is that you want to set boundaries and respect each other's needs, and whatever those boundaries are, you have to set those in place. I know what I needed from Roy, one of the boundaries is, okay, and I think I mentioned this before, that he had already done this, like no communication whatsoever. Like I don't see how we're moving forward if you're still communicating with the person that you had an affair with. Right. So that was definitely a boundary. We're just having all sorts of problems over here. Another boundary was also just to respect my need of, if I say I want to be intimate with you, great. If I say no, I don't want to be intimate with you, then be respectful of that as well.
Yeah, so the idea of kind of respecting those boundaries, I mean, that's the first one was a no-brainer. You know, there's no reason necessarily for me to have, you know, contact with the person I had an affair with.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to. I said I don't know. We definitely a no. It should be a no-brainer. Some people,
yeah. And then from a support standpoint, for me, the support I needed was the affirmation. So we kind of learned through counseling that, you know, my love language is affirmation, words of affirmation. So the support and need that I had was, hey, baby girl, well, send me a text message. You know, send me that pretty smile. And I got something on my phone. Oh, wait a minute, I can't tell them that. That I, you know, so that's the support that I needed, and so it was a growing process. We've talked about this before on the channel as well, but you got pretty good at it.
Y'all, listen, if y'all been rocking with us for a minute, y'all know I call myself an overcoming perfectionist, right? So when Roy was like, yeah, babe girl, you know, send me the pictures, and I'm like, okay, selfies. It was so stressful taking selfies and sending them. And I'm like, I done gave myself a migraine. Like, just, oh my God.
Girl, just look into the camera and smile. Smile and wait.
See, when I do that, the picture don't look good. And I'm like, and so I told Roy, I think this was like last year. I was like, babe, okay, when we go on this cruise, you just take pictures. Like, I will put on whatever you want. Just take pictures of me, and then you'll have them. I mean, use my phone, but take pictures of me so that I'll send them to you. Because me taking selfies, y'all,
we yet praying. It's okay. Smile and wave. Smile and wave.
I'm trying to do better. I told our youngest, not our youngest. I told our middle daughter she needs to start giving lessons on like how to take selfies, because she does it. But yeah, you got to do that.
So if you like what you're hearing, make sure you go ahead, as Yolanda said, like and subscribe, and we'll be back with a part 2. To talk more about supporting each other after infidelity. So I'm Roy.
I'm Yolanda.
And we're your guys in Real Affairs, where we show you
affairs done right. See you guys next time.